autonomous country back in 2010. They're in a team huddle. Their goalkeeper is the 37-year-old Eloy Room. Back four, Chiral Floranus, Richardly Bazua winning only his 6th cap for Curacao, Armando Obispo winning his 7th, the other centre-back, Deveron Fonville at left-back, Leandro Bacuna, Juninho Bacuna in that midfield, alongside Livano Comenencia, and then Tahith Chong, Soncha Hansen of Middlesbrough, and Jurgen Lecardia, formerly of Brighton. No players in this Curacao squad play in Europe's top 5 leagues. As Chris Sutton quite rightly said, it is David against Goliath. As we're in Houston, a countdown feels fitting to kick off here. 3, 2, 1. We have liftoff. Germany, Curacao inside the Houston Stadium. Chris Sutton alongside me, whose commentary is always out of this world, which is also very fitting given all the space links we have with Houston. Curacao have played the ball up to the halfway line. It is headed back. It's dropping 10 yards outside their penalty area. Musiala gets the ball down, starts a little dribble. He's surrounded by Curaçaoan players, and there's a strong tackle on Kimmich there, made by Juninho Bacuna. He meant business with that, won the ball, took Kimmich out. He was down for a second. Germany get the throw. Good start.
Yeah, I mean, feisty tackle from Bacuna, but that's what Curacao have to do. They have to get in and around the German players and not let them dictate the pace of this game.
Tahith Chong fouled by Pavlovic. So Germany in the white shirts, black shorts with the red and yellow trim on the shirts as ever, the white socks. And they are playing from left to right in this first half, if you want to try and picture it inside this giant stadium. And Curacao in this brilliant, blinding blue. It looks fantastic with the yellow trim. Yellow numbers on the backs, bright yellow shorts, blue socks, and the goalkeeper Room, who plays his club football in the second tier over here in the USA for Miami FC, clearing the ball all in orange. And there's Tahith Chong, immediately recognisable with that huge thatch of fuzzy peroxided hair. The ball bounces loose. Leandro Bacuna tries to turn. Slightly loose first touch from him. So Germany have it back. Back into their half they go. That is Schlotterbeck, the left-sided centre-back. Rudiger part of this squad, but not in the starting 11. Jonathan Tah of Bayern Munich, the other centre-back. There's Kimmich winning his 111th cap for Germany tonight, and Sane gets on the ball for the first time. Such a slick, elegant move, a ball at his feet, running from right to left. Nice build-up play from Germany. Ball chested down by Brown, into the penalty area. Cross comes in, the ball goes loose. Curacao get enough on it to get it away. Now they try and launch a counter-attack down the left-hand side. Pavlovic makes the block with his shoulder. Curacao feel that should be a free kick. Have they been given the decision by the Moroccan referee? Yes, they have.
Yeah, Fonville there winning the free kick, but the Germans brilliant play down that left-hand side, give and go. And Brown got to the byline. Just for a moment, I thought they'd found a German player in the middle, but Curacao clear. They've just got to hang on in this game in the early stages. It's really important they get to the first half of the first half, certainly level.
Here comes their first proper attack. It's Lecardia, who's spun wide to the right, turns on the ball, plays it back to Chong. Clever feet from him on the edge of the box, but runs into trouble. Measured pass out, then Schlotterbeck's ball out from the back is blocked and comes off a Curaçaoan boot and goes behind for a goal kick. And Manuel Neuer wants to get on with things quickly. Julian Nagelsmann has gone casual, just picking him up on our monitor there. Quite difficult to pick him out in detail from way up in our commentary position here, but that's a sort of dark blue polo shirt with a sort of golden vertical stripe down the front of it as his Germany team start to play inside the Curaçaoan half. Sane chests the ball down, zips a pass infield, can't find Mecha. There's Hansen for Curacao, flicks the ball forward but only as far as Kimmich, and Kimmich slows things down and passes back to Tah. Tah looks for Musiala, he was under pressure but got his right foot to the ball and finds Schlotterbeck. It's played to the left-hand side here. Wirtz with the socks rolled down outside of his right foot, plays one down the inside left channel. Curacao break it up. Leandro Bacuna tries to dribble it over the halfway line. He's tackled. On the turn is Musiala. Havertz makes the run. He can't find him with that pass. Sliding challenge from Hansen. Gets a big roar from the Curaçaoan fans, and then Juninho Bacuna knocks the ball tries to collect it the other side. Mecha sticks with him. Germany double up on Bakuna. And the referee blows his whistle and says free kick for Germany. It is Germany 0, Curacao 0. Forgot to start the stopwatch, but luckily there are two enormous screens, huge rectangular screens above the fans at either end of the ground, and that tells me we played 4 minutes in the first half. Chris Sutton.
Yeah, and Curacao just happy to sit in a mid to low block. We expect Germany to dominate the possession. The important thing is Curacao, when they do win the ball back, they try and make some passes and hold on to the ball. That's easier said than done against a German team who will be aggressive with their press.
4 more World Cup commentaries. This is the first of them on the way on 5 Live and BBC Sounds, taking you into the early hours of the morning. Next up, 9 o'clock UK time, Netherlands, Japan. John Murray and Paul Robinson with that one. That's a great ball in on the left-hand side. Germany into the penalty area. Brilliant block. 2 defenders get in the way of the strike there from Musiala. He gets another chance here. Finds Brown to his left-hand side. Havertz is lurking just inside the penalty area. Play back to Mecha. Mecha to Wirtz. Back to Mecha. Oh, it's a brilliant goal. Stunning strike from Felix Mecha in the 6th minute of this game, playing around the Curaçaoan defenders, and you do not finish better than that at a World Cup. Whips it past the goalkeeper. A statement of intent from Germany. Germany 1, Curaçao 0.
Yeah, Felix will be purring about that finish. Really composed, found the corner of the net, passed it in. We expected a fast start from Germany. That's exactly what we got. So clever with the interplay. And then it's at him, 18 yards out. And he found the corner of the net. Little give and go. Set back, I think, from Florian Wirtz. Just fed the ball back into his path. And he runs onto it. It's majestic from Mecha. He bends the ball round. I think it's Bazua, Curacao defender, and Julian Nagelsmann, some celebration there from him. Maybe a bit of relief, but that's the perfect start for the Germans.
Yeah, this is the beautiful game, and that was a beautiful goal. And those two players made it look so casual and so easy, which I think is kind of what fooled Curacao there. Mecha had sort of initially dummied the shot, rolled it into Wirtz, and Wirtz was just sort of standing there, casually flicked it back to him. Mecha walked onto it, found the corner. Here's Musiala. He hits a shot, and Curacao under real pressure. Pavlovic onto it for Germany. Passes to his left-hand side. Musiala wide to Brown. Brown's cross is blocked, and that actually is going to be a goal kick to Curacao. So just 7 minutes in, and Germany lead them by a goal to 0.
And the discussion over the Curacao defenders, I think, with the goalkeeper Room, who tried to pass the ball out from the back, but no room for errors like that, we should say.
Felix purring, no room for errors. Magnificent Mecha. Chris, you've got to keep your powder dry. It's a long tournament. Can't keep it going at that sort of pace. Germany 1, Curacao 0. Room, the goalkeeper, fires the clearance out to the left-hand side. Locadia heads it infield. Juninho Bakuna, the ball finds its way through the middle here. Comenencia plays it through, but Kimmich is there to intercept for Germany. And let's not forget, Germany have won their last 9 games, competitive internationals and friendlies. So last defeat for them was the opening game in qualifying away to Slovakia, which had all the German fans a little bit concerned. But 9 wins since then, 5 of them in qualifying, a 6-0 win over Slovakia in the final group game. And it's the first time the national team has won 9 games in a row for a while. Here's Mecha again. Oh my goodness me, he nearly found the top corner. Right-footed drive, arrowing towards the top corner of Room's goal. Just misses the target and goes behind for the goal kick. Germany are in the mood.
They are, and this could be a long afternoon for Curacao. Wirtz getting the freedom of the pitch out on that left-hand side, coming inside and knitting things together, and Mecha there. I thought it had found the far top corner.
Wow.
It's a wonderful hit, and not far away.
He is winning his 9th cap, Felix Mecha, today. 2nd goal for his country. That is one he will never forget, scoring at a World Cup for Germany. Germany comfortable at the moment, leading Curacao by a goal to 0. This is Group E, World Cup 2026. It also contains Ecuador and the Ivory Coast, who meet at midnight UK time tonight. Another commentary you'll be able to hear on 5 Live and BBC Sounds. Curacao fans getting excited because Sonja Hansen was making progress down the inside right channel. Germany have taken the ball off him. Kimmich, cool as you like, striding up towards the halfway line. Shirt neatly tucked into those black shorts. 1-2 there between Tar and Pavlovic. Straight ball up to Musiala, who's dropped a bit deeper. Tar again, strokes it up to Havertz. Havertz holds off Bazua. Is able to turn and sweeps a pass out to the left-hand side. Here's Wirtz, drops the shoulder, right-footed pass, low one, looking for Havertz. Got a little boot on that. Back it comes to Wirtz again, just outside that Curacao penalty area. Sense that Wirtz, Musiala, those sort of players toying with the Curaçaoans. Wirtz again, central position, edge of the box, hits the shot, closed down just in time. And the deflected effort runs to Chong, and Juninho Bacuna will chase that ball out to the left-hand side, but Germany immediately win it back. Sane wants a bit of the action, looked like he'd slightly overrun it, tumbles to the ground. There's Mecha, flicks the ball back here to Pavlovic and collects it for Germany again. Germany lead Curacao by 1-0.
Yeah, and when Curacao do win the ball back, they just have to be a little bit more careful and measured with the passing under intense pressure they are.
Backheel pass from Musiala, the 1-2, gets it back again, dancing feet, shot from Sane, wide of goal. Curacao defenders goalkeeper going to be very busy here in Houston this afternoon because Germany are ticking.
Yeah, but you've got Wirtz off that left-hand side for Germany, Sane off the right-hand side, coming inside on his left foot. And he shifts the ball on that inside. He's only 12 yards out. He is under a little bit of pressure. Can't seem to find the corner, but actually it takes a little deflection.
Yeah.
I think it was heading in there. You've got a right footer off the left-hand side, a left footer off the right-hand side, and they have so much quality.
Wrongly awarded goal kick, but that can't be changed. Other way round, they can have a look at that. If you give a corner and it should have been a goal kick. That is what VAR can do, one of the law changes at this tournament. The goal kick is taken. Havertz gets it for Germany. Curacao struggling to get out of their own half. This was always going to be a really difficult task for them. They've conceded early. Stat just flashed up on that giant screen away to my right. 10 minutes played. Germany have already had 6 attempts on goal. Mecha has found the back of the net, and it's a goal well worth watching. Highlights as ever on the BBC Sport website and the BBC iPlayer. Curacao back off here as Germany slowly bring the ball forward. Chip pass from Pavlovic. Mecha brings it down outside of his right foot, shoots straight at Room, and Room grabs the ball and falls gratefully onto it in his 6-yard box.
That's Mecha in the mood, isn't he? Just making a lot of good forward runs, good first touch. Just couldn't get the finish on that particular occasion. And here's that long ball up to Locadia again. Does he win the free kick? No, he gives away a free kick. It's crucial. He has that physicality, doesn't he, Locadia? I mean, Brighton fans may remember him, maybe not so fondly, because he went there, was it for 12, 14 million a while ago? Yeah, and I think high hopes, and it didn't quite happen for him in a Brighton jersey, but as a focal point, it's his job to try and hold that ball in and bring his teammates into play.
Might consider himself slightly fortunate to be playing in this game. If you remember in the warm-up games against Scotland, Curacao lost it 4-1, went charging in to try and close a ball down on Aaron Hickey, sort of put his shoulder in but missed, and then, well, maybe I'm being kind to him here, but really caught Hickey with the elbow. Straight red card for that, and FIFA actually reduced the suspension from 2 games down to 1. So he is available for this first game in the tournament. A lot of Germany possession as I'm talking right now. 13 minutes in, Germany lead Curacao, ranked 82nd in the world, playing in their first ever World Cup by a 0-0 here in Houston. Schlotterbeck passes to his left. There's Pavlovic, back to Schlotterbeck again, just inside his own half. Rolls it across to Jonathan Tah in the bright orange boots. Sane tries a flick behind him. It doesn't come off, but the ball comes back to Tah again. Tah thought about the pass forward, but Sane is there to his right, so he plays a short one to him. Kimmich involved. Tah again. Kimmich is there, 5 yards to his right. And then Kimmich scurries forward 5 yards, stops in his tracks. Low pass across the Curacao half to Schlotterbeck, who comes jogging forward into this latest Germany attack. Wirtz enjoying himself. There's the first step over. Another drop shoulder onto the right foot. Curling it for wide of goal. And behind for the goal kick. Germany 1, Curacao 0.
Yeah, Wirtz a totally different player, isn't he, in a German shirt to the one who Liverpool signed, who seemed to lack a bit of confidence, but Florian is flourishing out on that left-hand side, coming inside on his right foot, and Curacao don't want to give him too many siders, but he looks like he's in the mood.
Yeah, they all do. Germany, they lead 1-0. Long ball forward towards Lecardia. Glancing header behind him is a good one to find Juninho Bacuna. In his blue shirt, yellow number 7 on his back. Flicks a pass infield, blocked by Sane. Last touch comes off Bacuna. That goes out for a Germany throw. Lots of those German fans away to our left, standing to watch the action. It's red and blue seats all around this Houston Stadium, as it's called for this World Cup, home to the Houston Texans in the NFL. Also home, Chris, I know you will know this, to the Houston Livestock and Rodeo Show that takes place every year, 3-week event, 2.6 million visitors this year for that. That is a massive deal, and one of my challenges at this World Cup is to get you to do some bareback sort of bucking bronco riding. I think that could be good for you. Here's Metra on the right, looking for the cutback edge of the penalty area. Couldn't find Musiala. Curacao played out to Bacuna. Nice touch from Leandro Bacuna there. Little nutmeg on Musiala. Curling pass away to the right. Nearly finds Hansen. Well read there by Schlotterbeck, who leapt in the air. Cushions the ball down on the instep of his left boot and passes back to Nathaniel Brown.
Yeah, that was good bravery from Bacuna, Leandro Bacuna, and that's what they have to be. Curacao, and the ball comes to them, especially in the middle of the park there. They have to try and make passes. As I said, the Germans are really pressing high and with great intensity.
Throw in for Curacao in the left back position. Down the line from Fonville. Sane gets a touch. That comes off Lecardia. That'll be a throw into Germany. So Curacao have weathered the early storm, but crucially for Germany, they've got the early goal. So they can take their time, play with no pressure, let Curacao come at them when they want to, but also Curacao quite happy to sit back, defend deep. And these German dribblers, the likes of Sane, Musiala and Wirtz, absolutely licking their lips here.
And they roam, don't they? Havertz there, the German centre-forward, we know is an intelligent player, just drifting out to the right-hand side, interchanged well.
Kimmich, low pass looking for Havertz, his block, comes back to Kimmich, takes a touch and turns with the ball spinning at his right foot. Sane is tackled by Bacuna. That will be a Curacao throw. 16 minutes played. Germany leading Curacao 1-0. So Chris, yes, very kindly bought us the Stetsons for our social media video ahead of this game to trail the coverage, bonanza style. All Chris's idea. Chris bought the costumes as well. Producer George, who you've called Wild George Cummins, features in it as well. And George's big mate Jurgen Klopp in the stadium here in Germany.
Yeah, a bit of a bromance.
Big bromance between George and Jurgen at the airport so far this tournament. Watching on, Julian Nagelsmann is the man in charge for Germany.
Bit disappointed we didn't get early team news from George with his connections.
Thought his phone was going to buzz, but it didn't. Curacao have it with their goalkeeper, Eloy Room, one of his claims to fame, not one you really want as a goalkeeper. Conceded Lionel Messi's 100th international goal. Messi got a hat-trick against Curacao and a 7-0 win. Room was the goalkeeper when Messi scored his 100th. Yet to feature in this tournament for Argentina. Chong caught just inside his own half. That will be a free kick for Curacao. He was the man who scored the goal in the 4-1 defeat against Scotland. Another one who has recently pledged his allegiance to the small Caribbean nation, which
he was the only player who was actually born there. I mean, all the rest of the squad, I think 25 out of 26 have this Dutch heritage, don't they? Dutch connection.
Good turn from Bacuna. Tahith Chong's middle name, did you see that as well? I'd forgotten that. Is Djorkaeff. Just talking famous World Cup footballers.
I was going to ask you, who's
Djorkaeff? Throwing for Germany. Curacao have passed the ball out of play, and the game's just fallen into a little bit of a lull here. Germany have stepped off the pace a little bit. Lots of efforts on goal in the early stages. Felix Mecha with the goal that sees Germany lead 1-0. They've been casual with possession there and giving it away. Curacao come down the right with Comenencia. Germany back off. Cross comes in. Chong's flicked header. Lecardia thought he might hit that first time. Lays it off on the edge of the box. Good challenge by Musiala. Hansen steps in. Driven shot from Bacuna with the left foot. It's well off target. And Manuel Neuer does doesn't have anything to do with that, screams at the ball girl behind the goal to get him the ball back so Germany can get playing.
Yeah, the little section of Curacao fans are really encouraged by that. I actually thought they should have made more of that opportunity. I think they had numbers 4 on 3, casual from Jonathan Tah, the German defender. They didn't make the most of that opportunity. Lecardia not sharp enough to get a shot off in the end.
Germany have it again, just inside their own half. Pavlovic makes a little run ahead of Jonathan Tah, but he opts to use Metra instead, who's a tall, muscular figure in that German midfield. Wide it goes to Wirtz, will-o'-the-wisp sort of player. Curling ball from him beyond Havertz, who gives it the thumbs up, couldn't quite get there, and it goes behind for the goal kick. Right, Chris, we're about 2.5 minutes away from the first hydration break of this game. So we're going to need something to talk about for a couple of minutes. Just think on that. Think about your Houston experiences so far, World Cup 2026, what you've seen, who you've spoken to, trying to bring it to life for all our listeners back home. Netherlands, Japan, the next commentary tonight. John Murray and Paul Robinson with that, live from Dallas. Got light drops of condensation falling on our heads inside this stadium, even though the roof is shut. And that was happening to you undercover, wasn't it, in the Azteca? There's something going on there.
I actually thought the Azteca maybe had a couple of leaks, but yeah, it was quite strange, wasn't it? The roof is on, and we were getting soaked.
That's a good ball. Comenencia driving forward, tries to slide it in behind. Schlotterbeck's there. Lecardia onto it for Curacao, misses the ball. Shot, driven in! Curacao have scored at the World Cup! Left-footed drive from Comenencia! What a moment! Teammates go charging across to celebrate, and Comenencia disappears under a pile of blue and yellow shirts, and the Curaçaoan fans, they cannot believe it, burst into life away to our right, bouncing up and down, punching the air and celebrating. They've scored a goal against the mighty Manuel Neuer. They've got an equaliser against Germany. It is Germany 1, Curaçao 1.
Germany have had so much control, and they've just been a little bit careless. But we talked about it had to be a moment or two from Curacao. There's casual defending from Schlotterbeck, who eventually ends up poking the ball into Comenencia's path. It's a brilliant finish, isn't it? Left footed, he strides onto it. It takes a little deflection, I think, off Kimmich, the German right back. A Dick Advocat, 78 years of age, raises his arms above his head. What a moment for Curacao.
Livano Comenencia, 22 years old, playing for Curacao in their debut at the World Cup, and suddenly they're on the attack again. They fancy it. Lecardia, step over, angles tight, and Tah just runs with him, puts his shoulder in. Lecardia goes down, never going to get a penalty for that, and it goes behind for the goal kick. And actually, the referees come over to give it the old finger wag. None of that, otherwise you're appeal on the simulation game in 6:06.
Yeah, a little bit lousy there from Lecardia. 1v1, did the right thing, threw a step over to Jonathan Tah, driving off that left-hand side, and then hit the deck. There's one for the simulation game, but let's forget the simulation game. What a story, this first half of the first half, and you see the Curacao players, they are pumped.
Wow. Story developing in Houston. Germany totally in control from the start of the game. Early goal from Metra. One of the moments of the World Cup. The celebrations from the players and the fans, quite something to behold. And Livano Comenencia, his third goal for his country. He actually scored in qualifying a really important goal in a home win against Jamaica. And because it was such a massive win for Curacao, donated his shirt to the FIFA museum. So you can see that shirt in there. Where this shirt is going to go today, I have absolutely no idea. But let's see what this goal means as well, because Germany have been pegged back. Phil Jones, part of our coverage on 5 Live and BBC Sounds, the former England international. I mean, Phil, you said before the game you wanted to see some threats, some impetus, some ambition from Curacao. What a fabulous moment that was.
Yeah, what an incredible story. We talked at the top of the show about Curacao having some bravery and courage in possession, and then on those attacking transitions, and it's exactly what happened. they got the goal fully deserved. I thought, they started the game in the first 5 minutes really well. Okay, they had to soak up a bit of pressure. Leroy Sané and Verts coming in off the flanks and causing problems. Little 1-2s created the first goal, and Mecha with a great finish. But Curacao stayed in the game, and they defended well-ish in certain moments of the game, and on attacking transition, they've just proven that they can be deadly as well.
So 1-1, Dick Advocat is out there surrounded by his players, getting the drinks on board. Nagelsmann's had a word with the Germany team. They've already broken away and moved back into their half. Germany 1, Curacao 1.
And you know what, you think of the momentum Curacao had, after the goal and Locadia driving into the box, dare I say, you think this really suits Germany, this first break. So let's see whether Curacao can keep that momentum. But Dick Advocat always has a plan. His teams always well set up and carry a threat. Dick Dastardly, you could say.
Took a deflection off a knee. It was a well-hit shot from Comenencia. Seeing some of the replays of the celebrations as well, all the Curaçaoan substitutes in a line on the edge of the pitch, and Comenencia goes racing down the whole line with his hand out, giving all of them a low five. Here's your list of famous World Cup upsets. This is on at the moment. Germany 1, Curaçao 1. Let's take you back to 1950. England lost to the USA, the final actually in 1950. One of the great World Cup upsets in the Maracanã, Uruguay beat Brazil. North Korea beat Italy in 66. Northern Ireland, the Jerry Armstrong goal against Spain in 1982. Cameroon against Argentina in 1990. Ray Houghton's goal, USA 94. Republic of Ireland beat Italy. Senegal beaten France.
You're talking
2002.
You're talking about big countries, well-populated countries. Curacao, population, 150,000.
Yeah.
Same as Norwich. It's the same as Norwich, Bruce.
Had to get it in there. We're back underway. Germany 1, Curaçao 1. Don't accidentally now want to start calling Curaçao Norwich. That would be a disaster. Here's Sané. So Germany, a little bit of a kick up the backside for them. Tar passes forward to Sané. He's in central midfield. Locadia's breathing down his neck. Schlotterbeck, side-footed pass here to Musiala. Works his way past Bacuna, continues his run, Musiala to the right, and then gets a bump in the back from Leandro Bacuna's fighting hard for that ball for Curaçao. Musiala somehow twisting and turning has won a free kick. Two defenders on him. In the space of a phone box, they're wriggled out of trouble and wins the free kick for Germany. Germany 1, Curaçao 1.
Yeah, it's brilliant from Musiala. he wriggled out of that, surrounded by three Curaçao defenders. And here's a chance, Kimmich, by the right hand touchline. Can they work something?
20 minutes left in the first half. What a story, what a moment for Curaçao. Smallest nation ever to play at the World Cup against Germany. Look where Manuel Neuer's standing, Chris. Look out there. Centre spot at the moment. Germany have a free kick. Just short of the byline on the right. Kimmich goes for a deep one to the far post. Attack! Heading tipped over the bar by Room. Good strong hand to it. Schlotterbeck with the header. Denied by the Curaçaoan goalkeeper. And again, those Curaçaoan fans were packed in behind that goal away to our right. Every moment, every touch, every bit of brilliance from one of their players gets roared to the rooftops.
Schlotterbeck, actually, I think he should do better with the header. It's just above Room, the Curaçao goalkeeper. Got up well. He's going to try and direct that back across into the far corner. It was a comfortable save in the end.
Nathaniel Brown, Germany's left back, with his hands on his hips, shirt untucked, will take this corner from the right. Shrill blast on the whistle. Wirtz is the option short, goes into the near post. Room punches. Schlotterbeck made the run to the near post there, was looking for the glancing header. Back wide on the right here with Brown. Wirtz, one touch, then the pass, the flip from Musiala. Nearly found Havertz on the diagonal. Havertz is still lurking there inside the penalty area. Musiala keeps his balance, heads for the byline. Sliding challenge is a really good one. As Chris said, that was Armando Obispo, the left-sided centre-back, gets a foot on the ball, it goes behind for another corner. Germany have cranked it up again here, Chris.
Yeah, Musiala being integral at this moment in time, but Obispo lunged there, he had to make contact with the ball. He did do, last-ditch, terrific defending.
Corner. In from that right-hand side, deep to the far post. Schlotterbeck heads it back across goal this time. Oh, Hansen took his time there. Not sure he knew he had a man right behind him, flicks it away with his right foot, throwing for Germany down by the corner flag on the right.
You know, the corner before that, Room elected to punch. He could have caught that easily. And Germany just really putting the pressure on again now.
Germany have been stung out in the group stages at the last couple of World Cups, losing opening games at the last two tournaments. 4 years ago that was against Japan. 4 years before that it was against Mexico. Here they're 1-1 against Curacao. Wirtz is wide on the right. A little bit of trickery again. Dummies the cross with his right foot. Fools two defenders. Back it comes to Sane. Sane slides it across the face towards Pavlovic, shoots, takes a deflection and goes behind for the corner. And Room, the goalkeeper, celebrates with Comenencia. The goal scorer is fired up.
Yeah, well, it's Comenencia with the block just in front of Room. They're getting too deep, Curacao, allowing that shot from 18 yards. Schlotterbeck on target, important block, and the old celebration now. That's the game has changed, Bruce. Defenders making a block, they celebrate like they've scored.
Corner again for Germany. Pressure on Curacao at the moment. Germany 1, Curacao 1. I think I'm right in saying still only one clean sheet. No, that's not right, is it? Scotland kept a clean sheet against Haiti yesterday, and in your game Mexico beat South Africa 2-0. I think those are the only two in the tournament so far. Corner for Germany with pace again, heading for the far post, headed away. Ball drops down outside the Curaçaoan penalty area in the left back position. Fonville, the left back, knocks it forward, bounces for Chong. He's got a runner on his right and he didn't see him. Licardi was in loads of space on the right hand side. Chong didn't hear him, didn't see him, didn't play the passing, gets another chance now, trying to get away down the left. He's tackled and Sane onto it.
What a chance though for Curacao. Chong got it wrong, didn't he? Poor decision. Should have gone right to Licardi, who would have been in 1v1.
15 minutes left. Intriguing first half. Great watch. Germany 1, Curacao 1. Sane going through the gears, picking up pace, trying to slide the pass through to Musiala. Germany looking a bit open as well now, though, as Curacao come on the counter. Chong comes back into his own half. Bacuna, that is Juninho Bacuna's given the ball away. Kimmich passes here to Mecha. Mecha turns. Curacao back off. Short pass forward to Wirtz at walking pace, not even looking at the ball there, knows it's tied to his right boot. Kimmich involved, out wide to Sane. Kimmich in support in the inside right channel, 45 yards from the Curacao goal. Livano Comenencia, remember the name, scorer of Curaçao's first ever goal at a World Cup. Musiala trying to thread one through there to Mecha, nearly found him. Crucial block. Bacuna, lovely flick there from Hansen. Back to Chong. Chong runs away from Musiala. Tries to get the pass out to the right, but Wirtz was back there to block it. Central position. Looking for the run here. As Sane hits the shot. That's blocked. Another chance might come to Havertz. He goes down inside the penalty area. Not going to get a penalty for that. Sane goes down wide on the left, and he's not going to get anything with that either. And that is going to be a Curacao throw in the right back position, but Curacao were opened up there for a second.
Yeah, was it Fonville actually, last ditch defending, which was absolutely crucial. Yeah, he does well, the left back. Sane gets the run on him, but he actually doesn't give up. He should track the run quicker, but credit him for getting back. That might have been heading in the finish from Sane.
Germany 1, Curacao 1. Germany having won their last 9 games of football, not winning this one at the moment. Curacao doing themselves real credit. Playing some football here too. Fonville was on the charge forward. The pass from Bacuna not quite accurate enough so he could take it in his stride. Germany in the white shirts, bringing the ball out from inside their own half. Forward to Mecha. Mecha runs away from Juninho Bacuna. Low pass to the left back, Nathaniel Brown. Wirtz takes up the running. Cuts in field, finds Mecha. Mecha working it onto his right foot. Space wide on the right for Sane. Corner of the Curaçaoan penalty area. 2 blue shirts in his way. Rolls it back to Kimmich. Referee gets in the way. Kimmich not bothered. Curls the cross in deep. It's beyond Musiala and it bounces harmlessly behind for a goal kick to Curacao.
Sure, Kimmich having a word with the referee. Just get out of the way and let me play.
Goal kick for Curacao. Room, the goalkeeper, will receive it from Obispo. Side foots a meaty pass here to Bazua. who won 6 caps for the Netherlands before making his debut against Trinidad and Tobago back in September for Curacao, having switched allegiance. Nagelsmann looking a little hot and bothered, the Germany manager at the moment. Eyes on a monitor there, down in his comfortable padded seat. Nick Voltemade, I can see, warming up alongside Malik Chow on the sidelines. We've got about 10 minutes left in the first half. 1-1, Curacao very much giving as good as they get. They knew there were going to be a few moments for them in the game. They had to profit, and Comenencia certainly did that with the equaliser.
They've got a bit of that Dutch confidence, haven't they? As the half has gone on, they've grown with their courage, you could say their Dutch courage. And they're very much in this game.
Bazua plays down the right to Floranis. There's Locadia. Locadia's drifted out to the right. Yeah, good centre forward play. Gets it back to Chong. Weert sticks with Chong, makes that awkward for him. Passes back here to Obispo. Floated diagonal ball. Bounces once in front of Soncha Hansen, the Middlesbrough player. Keeps it in play. Faces up against Kimmich. Passes back here. Referee's in the way again there. Here's Bakuna trying to make space for a curling shot with his right foot. Thought he was being dragged back. Goes wide for a goal kick.
I thought he was as well, actually. Bakuna, left-hand side of the box, shifting inside on his right foot. Mecha tracked the run. And at the point when he shoots, I think he was pulled back. That would have been an interesting shooting position for Curacao.
Brown for Germany. Back to Schlotterbeck. Curacao back off into their own half. Jonathan Tah comfortably able to bring the ball up to the halfway line. Short pass to his right to Kimmich. Back to Tah. Walking, ball at his feet. Weert comes short, lays it back to him. Targeting lots of touches here. Weert involved again, but Germany not going anywhere, just knocking it around, trying to keep Curacao moving. Kimmich involved again, just inside the Curacao half, across the halfway line to Tah. Plenty of movement ahead of him from the likes of Havertz, Musiala and Weert. Brown is very high up on the left-hand side. Pavlovic with the diagonal to Weert. There's the run from Musiala. Handful of his shirt grabbed by Comenencia, but play continues. Clever step over from Weert to let the ball run. There's Kimmich. Kimmich to Pavlovic. Poor first touch from him. Ball got away from him. Still it's Germany who come with Havertz. Havertz looks for the low cross. Has he won a corner for Germany? Yes, he has. 9 minutes left in the first half. Germany 1, Curacao 1.
Yeah, Musiala looks so silky, doesn't he?
Short corner taken quickly down the byline. No, they're not going to allow that. Why's the referee stop that?
Was it not? Was the ball not in the
Quadrant?
I think so.
Is it still rolling?
And I think the German players are really unhappy about that. I get that. Maybe it wasn't in the quadrant, but Havertz, alert and quick pass.
Exactly, quick thinking. Caught Curacao out. Not quite sure what was wrong with that. Jalal Jayed, Moroccan referee, first central referee from Morocco, had a World Cup since 2002. Seen a bit of pushing and shoving inside the penalty area.
Yeah,
Who's he calling towards him there, Chris?
Is that Mecha?
Mecha.
Floranis.
And, yes, Floranis. So, 3 Germany players in that 6-yard box. Corner comes in from Brown, headed in. Excellent delivery. Schlotterbeck on the end of it. Rolls his right sleeve up. Shows the size of his bicep. And Germany flexing their muscles. They're back in front. Germany 2, Curacao 1.
Yeah, they go man for man from the set plays. Curacao and Schlotterbeck had an opportunity to score earlier from a header. It's a good ball in, left-footed, whipped in, and Schlotterbeck makes his run across the 6-yard line, uses the pace of the ball and just diverts the ball down into the net, pass through the Curacao goal, as simple as you like. Runner is dropped. It drops Schlotterbeck, and it's an easy header. He just has to concentrate on the connection. As I say, pace on the ball. Nagelsmann up on his bench, off his bench, and celebrates. The Germans had a problem, not anymore.
Problem in Houston for Germany, but back in front, leading by 2 goals to 1. Nico Schlotterbeck with his first goal for the national team. So they're 2-1 in front. Closing stages of the first half on 5 Live and BBC Sounds, your 24-hour World Cup station. 3 more commentaries on the way after this one to take you into the early hours. Netherlands-Japan kicks off at 9 o'clock UK time, Group F getting underway. Then the other game in this group kicks off at midnight. Chris Coles and Efan Akoku will bring you commentary of Ivory Coast against Ecuador. You can also watch that game on BBC television. It's being played in Philadelphia. Sweden-Tunisia kicks off at 3 a.m. Maz Faruqi and Clinton Morrison with the commentary there. And then from 1 o'clock tomorrow, I'm losing track of the days already, that is Monday, Steve Crossman will be presenting in 5 Live's New York Diner. I don't know whether we're going to get a chance to visit that or not, Chris, but Julien Laurent and former Scotland international Jen Beattie with Steve Crossman there. Ahead of Spain against Cape Verde kicks off at 5 o'clock tomorrow. This is Germany 2, Curacao 1. Havertz under pressure from Juninho Bacuna, who was just a little over enthusiastic in the challenge free kick.
I mean, he's looking like he's hard done by. Havertz got his body in through the foul from Bacuna.
Here's Tar inside the Curacao half. Pavlovic drops in between the centre backs. Plenty of time to pick his pass out to Wirtz. Wirtz infield to Pavlovic, gives it straight back to the Liverpool man. Mecha with a dummy on the right foot, looks to his left, there's Wirtz, little layoff edge of the box. Pavlovic tries to find Havertz, that nearly came off. Juninho Bacuna is there, could be turning into trouble on the edge of the box here. Wrestle to the floor, referee says play on for now. Wirtz again, little scoop pass into the penalty area to the right, and Sane not quite on the same wavelength, goes chasing after the ball and then runs into Fonville. Fonville uses his body to let the ball go behind for the goal kick to Curacao. 5 minutes left in the first half.
First time that is that Wirtz has given the ball away. Just from Curaçao's perspective, Juninho Bacuna holding onto the ball for too long. Can't be as greedy as that. Needs to pop it off, and he makes a yard of space. Just pop it off to a blue shirt.
Pulled down the right-hand side from Bazua up towards Lecardia. Wirtz, it's one of the things Nagelsmann loves about Wirtz is the work rate, the application to the defensive duties, as well as all the beautiful attacking stuff that he does. And he was back there helping out, and now he's looking for space, hugging that touchline on the left. Players like little Lego figures way down beneath us on this pitch in Houston. Brown to Wirtz. Wirtz brings the ball to the corner of the box, finds Musiala, beats his man, still Musiala, rolls it to his left, goalkeeper room, comes out quickly, slides at the feet of Havertz and grabs that ball. Germany 2, Curacao 1.
It's unbelievable. Musiala, you mentioned it, tight areas. He uses his body so well, and the quickness of his feet. He's a superb wriggler, isn't he?
Yeah. His last season ruined, or half of it at least, by clash with Donnarumma at the Club World Cup here last summer. Bad injury he suffered there, took him out for the first half of the season. Back now, great to see him. Oh, Cunha trying to find Lecardia.
Just the extra touch. He could have gone first time. Lecardia in.
Yeah, Lecardia was in on the right-hand side. Cunha took the extra touch and the pass got blocked. But there are opportunities here for Curacao. Got themselves back level through this man, Comenencia. He's dribbling it down the left. Back to Bacuna. Musiala gets a foot in, makes the tackle. Now Curacao have got to be careful. Late in the first half, because Wirtz is on the ball and Nathaniel Brown goes flying past him at full speed. Gets onto that pass, chasing his Floranis to get back there and cover it. Brown stops on the corner of the box, turns, plays it back there to Pavlovic. 1-2 between him and Mecha. Wirtz again, ball at his feet. A little bit of disguise there, tempting the defender to try and make the challenge. Mecha lays it off to Pavlovic. Back it comes to Kimmich. Central position 30 yards out. Mecha, clever first-time layoff to Schlotterbeck, who scored the goal, the header that's got Germany back in front here in Houston. Wirtz, clever dribbling again. Floranis makes the block and it goes behind for a Germany corner. They lead 2-1 against Curacao.
Yeah, it's important Curacao defend this set piece properly. Conceded off the last one. They'll be so disappointed. They want to hang on in there. If they go in 2-1 down at half-time, still very much in this game.
Yeah. And that last corner, of course, the Schlotterbeck header came just after the referee had stopped Germany, taking a quick one, and Germany said, well, we'll do one one of our other set-piece routines. Perfect ball in towards the near post. Schlotterbeck got on the end of it. And that's why they're leading 2-1. Kimmich will take this one, leaning himself against the advertising hoarding, gives the ball a good thump, curling into the far post. Schlotterbeck with the header again every single time, nods it down, blocked, and it goes behind for another corner. They look for him at every single one, Chris, don't they?
He has got one hell of a leap, hasn't he?
Yeah. Another corner coming for Germany. Havertz, like an NBA player, spins the ball out of his hands, drops it at the feet of the left back, Nathaniel Brown. Germany 2, Curacao 1. It's a 7th corner for Germany in the first half. Curacao haven't won any yet, but they have got themselves on the score sheet. And as Chris was saying, need to keep Germany out here. Floated ball into the near post. Room comes and punches again. This drops at the feet of Hansen. Hansen lofts the clearance up in the air. Good first touch from Kimmich. Scoop pass on the half volley to his left. Last minute of the first half here. What's Musiala got up his sleeve? He's got a bit of trickery and movement. Down to the byline he goes. Looks for the cutback. Blocked at the near post. Comenentia gets a touch. Shot on the turn. Comes back here and laid off. Driven shot blocked on the line by Bakunia. Havertz goes with a header. Clash of heads in the box there. He's hurt. But Curacao have managed to get the ball away for now. And Hansen is then shoulder to shoulder with Wirtz. Goes down. And that is actually going to be a throw-in to Germany. 4 minutes of added time at the end of the first half. Germany lead Curacao 2-1, but they were living dangerously there, Chris.
I love some of the last-ditch defending from Curacao. I think it's Bakuna with the block. It was heading in on 3 or 4 occasions, and they just get a body instinct. They're hanging on in there. They've been, since the second German goal, they've been really pushed back, pegged back.
Yeah, Germany cranking it up here at the end of the first half. Added time. Sane, whose effort was blocked in that last attack. Scoop pass from Kimmich, looking for the run there of Havertz. That's cleared only as far as Sane. Sane runs into the challenge of Hansen and is tackled. Pass comes back here to Juninho Bakuna, who does like a dribble inside his own half. Does well this time, turns, floats a pass down the left-hand touchline. Chong is making it awkward there for Tar. Wins it off him, keeps the ball, and suddenly this opens up for Curacao and Comenentia. Powerful midfielder on the ball. Central position 35 yards out. Germany get bodies in the way. Comenentia is still going. Feeds the pass to Hansen. On his right foot. Low shot, and Chong could have got a touch on that. I think he thought it was going to be hit with more power. It went past him, and Neuer is able to make a comfortable save and then slings the ball out a mighty distance to find Havertz. Havertz tackled by Obispo. Germany still have it, though, in an attacking position. They're leading 2-1. That's Pavlovic outside of the right foot. Musiala, first time ball. Havertz wasn't expecting that. And Curacao get it back to their goalkeeper, Eloy Room. Takes one touch inside his 6-yard box. Thumps it up towards the halfway line. Lecardia gets a barge in the back from Schlotterbeck. Doesn't like it. Complains, no free kick. Curacao have to concentrate here because Wirtz is on the turn. 1-2 with Havertz. Dizzying movement from the German players in the white shirts in the Curacao penalty area. Brown's cross, cut back here, looking for Mecha. Mecha's gone down, was he caught? Referee says penalty. Mecha took a touch, went past the defender, he went down late, but there was no reason to go down if there wasn't contact there, Chris. Fell to the floor, the referee had a good view, and he's pointed to the spot for a Germany penalty.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any great protest from the Curacao defenders. I think there was Bazoa. I mean, the Mecha there went down, you're right, within shooting range. That's a really careless challenge from Bazoa. Dives in, catches him with his right boot on right boot. And what a chance for Germany to go 3 and easy.
Kimmich has the ball in his hand, but he's doing that thing as the Germany captain of just protecting the penalty spot here. He's standing right on top of the penalty spot. Musiala's close to him. I mean, Havertz, I would have thought, would fancy the penalty, but he's standing on the edge of the box with his hands on his hips. Kimmich is going to make the decision here. Yeah, and it's been agreed. Musiala, little high five with Kai Havertz, who has a good goal-scoring record at major tournaments for Germany. Played in 3 of them, 6 goals. 2 at the last World Cup against Costa Rica in the final group game. Couple of penalties, actually, in the last major tournament, the Euros 2 years ago, against Scotland and Denmark. Scorer of a goal in the Champions League final as well. Of course, for Arsenal, can Eloy Room, the 37-year-old goalkeeper from Miami FC, prove himself a hero for those thousands of Curaçaoan fans directly behind him here? Havertz is a cool customer normally, though, from the penalty spot. His forehead wreathed with beads of sweat, hands on hips. Curaçaoan fans trying to distract him, urged on by Locadia. There's the whistle. Can Havertz get the third goal in the first half for Germany? Runs at the ball, delays, strokes it in. Cool as you like from Kai Havertz. His first goal at this World Cup, and that makes it much more comfortable for Germany. Just before half-time, they lead Curacao by 3 goals to 1.
Yeah, he mentioned where they want to be. Read the room, didn't he? Kai Havertz, really clever penalty. Room diving to his left-hand side. Havertz slotting it to his right. And it's comfortable now for Germany. It's a shame for Curacao that they've conceded just before half-time the third goal. You can see the disappointment amongst their players. That seems significant. The penalty again. Havertz just looks at Room all the way, and then a little stutter and pops it in.
I'm going to struggle to keep up with you at this World Cup. Read the Room that's a good one. I like that, Chris. Bakuna, the captain for Curacao, they kick off, but that is it. Last action in the first half, and Kai Havertz has extended Germany's lead. Really